Imagine this. You are at work, just a regular Tuesday, answering emails, doing your thing, and when you come home that evening, the closet is empty. The drawers are cleared out. His shoes are gone. His jacket is gone. He is gone. No call, no text, no note, nothing. Just silence. And the worst part? Your 7-year-old daughter is sitting right there on the couch. The same little girl who sat in the front row just 3 months ago, watching you get married. That is allegedly what happened to Amber Morrison, a real woman, a real mother, a real marriage that lasted 90 days. And in 5 days, she has to sit across from that man on national television and explain everything. March 11th is about to change this show forever, and we need to talk about it right now. Here is what we are getting into today. First, the full story of Amber and Jordan, how they went from the most emotional I do moment of the season to a divorce announcement that is about to make Love is Blind history. Second, the rest of the season 10 couples and the updates that nobody saw coming. We are talking a secret courthouse wedding, a possible baby, and someone who broke up on the show and then quietly got married anyway. Yes, really. And third, my hot takes and predictions on who walks out of that reunion looking like a winner and who gets completely exposed under those studio lights. If you are new here, welcome. This is where reality TV actually makes sense. No fluff, no filler, just the full story with everything you need to know. Let us get into it. Okay, so real quick, let us set the scene for anyone who needs a refresh on season 10. Love is Blind came to Ohio this year. And Ohio? Ohio delivered. 7 couples got engaged in the pods this season. 7. We had Ashley and Alex, we had Connor and Bree, we had Devontae and Brittany, and we had Christine and Vic, who from day one felt like the calm, steady couple that everyone roots for quietly while watching the chaos everywhere else. But the couple that had everybody feeling the most things this season was Amber Morrison and Jordan Faith. Now, here is what makes their story so layered from the very beginning. Jordan walked into this experiment with one thing he said he was firm on. He did not want to date a woman who already had children. That was his boundary. He said it out loud, he was clear about it, and then he met Amber. 34 years old, single mother to a 7-year-old girl named Emma. Everything Jordan said he did not want. And within 2 episodes, he completely forgot every boundary he thought he had and got down on one knee. He called her his home. She called him her person. And when they got to the altar, Emma was sitting right there in the front row, watching her mom say I do to this man. It was one of those moments that genuinely made you feel something. Like maybe this wild experiment actually works sometimes. But here's the thing about cracks. You do not always see them right away. Sometimes they are hiding under all that love and hope and wedding dress silk. And by the time you notice them, the foundation is already gone. But wait, because it gets so much more painful the deeper we go. Stay with me. All right, let us talk about what actually happened after the cameras went down, because this is where the real story begins. After filming wrapped, Amber started posting on social media again, and the content was actually beautiful. She went to Europe, she was in the ruins of Pompeii, she was sailing in Barcelona. Pictures were stunning. Girl was living. Except Jordan was not in a single one of them. Not one photo together, not one tag, not one story repost. Nothing. Radio silence from him across all of her content. Then the season 10 women had a cast reunion trip to Miami. Amber showed up, looked incredible, had a great time, but people on the internet immediately noticed something. In every single photo from that trip, her ring finger was either hidden or completely bare. She was not wearing her wedding ring. Now, one photo you explain away. Two photos, okay, maybe a coincidence. But an entire trip? A European vacation? A cast reunion? All with no ring and no Jordan? That is not a coincidence. That is a pattern. And then the Reality Receipts podcast, which has a genuinely strong track record when it comes to Love is Blind inside information, confirmed what a lot of people were already suspecting. Amber and Jordan's marriage lasted approximately 3 months. 3 months after saying "I do" on national television. And the detail that has been going around online, the one that stopped people mid-scroll, is this. The rumor says that Jordan moved all of his belongings out of their shared apartment while Amber was at work. She came home, and he was just gone. Now pause. Just sit with that for 1 second. This is a woman who went on national television, opened her heart, introduced this man to her daughter, walked down the aisle, and said, "I do." And allegedly, he packed up and left while she was at her 9 to 5. Now, to be fair, and I want to be genuinely fair here, we do not have Jordan's full side of this story yet. Both of them have been under strict NDAs since filming Wrapped, so everything right now is still a rumor until that reunion stage lights up on March 11th. Jordan has not confirmed anything. Amber has not said a word publicly. All we have are the patterns, the missing ring, and what the podcasts are reporting. But here's where it gets even more dramatic. In the preview clip that Netflix dropped for the reunion, you can see Amber walking off the stage mid-conversation. She is visibly upset, and you can hear her say, "Do not do that." She is furious. Not sad, not crying, furious. And if you look at the seating arrangement on that stage in the promo images, Amber and Jordan are not sitting next to each other. And on this show, when a couple is not sitting together at the reunion, the show is basically telling you everything you need to know before they even open their mouths. Okay, I need you to really focus right now, because this next part changes everything we thought we knew about this season. If all of this is confirmed on March 11th, Amber and Jordan would become the first couple in the American version of Love is Blind to announce an actual legal divorce at a reunion. Not a breakup before the altar, not a quiet separation months later with no statement. An actual divorce. On camera, in front of the entire cast. On a Netflix reunion special. That is a first for this franchise, and it is going to be a conversation that lasts for a very long time. There is also another detail that has been floating around that I think deserves attention. There is a claim that before the wedding, Amber and Jordan had actually agreed off-camera that they would not go through with it, that they had privately decided to walk away. And then, at the very last moment, Amber changed her mind and said yes, and Jordan followed her lead. If that is true, it reframes everything we watched in that finale, because it means Jordan may have said "I do" while already feeling like something was not right, and it adds a completely different layer to why this marriage unraveled so fast. We are going to get answers in 5 days, and based on that preview, it is not going to be a gentle conversation. All right, Amber and Jordan are the headline, but this reunion is packed with other stories, and I need to run through all of them because some of these are just as wild. Let us start with the good news first. Christine and Vic. According to everything that has been reported so far, these two are still together and going strong. They were the steady, mature couple all season, and it looks like they are carrying the legacy of season 10 on their shoulders. Genuinely happy for them. Now, Bree and Connor. If you remember, Bree and Connor did not actually get married on the show. Bree had doubts, pulled back, and it felt like their story was over. Done. Finished. Except a marriage certificate has been circulating online that shows Bree and Connor were legally married in Hamilton County, Ohio. After the show. After the breakup. Quietly. At a courthouse. So this couple broke up before the altar on a Netflix show and then privately went and got married anyway without telling anyone. That is one of the most unexpected plot twists of this entire season, and the reunion needs to explain every single step of that timeline. Now, Devontae and Brittany. Their relationship did not survive the season, and most people saw that coming. But the rumor about Devontae is something else entirely. It is being reported that he had a baby with someone else after filming ended. If that is confirmed on the reunion stage, that is going to be one of the most shocking moments of the episode. Because Brittany has handled everything about this season with grace and class, she deserved better than whatever this situation is. And then there is Jessica, who went through one of the hardest experiences of the season with Chris, a man who said some genuinely awful things to her on camera. Jessica is now reportedly dating someone named Haramol, who is actually a doctor and who was himself a pod dater earlier in the season who did not get matched with anyone. So she came to this show, survived a disaster of a relationship, and still somehow found her person through the process, just not the one the show paired her with. And honestly, that is a better love story than half of what we watched this season. Now let me give you my actual hot takes, because this is the part I have been thinking about the most. I think Jordan went to that altar already knowing something was wrong. I do not think he was 100% in when he said, "I do." And I think the specific situation, Emma sitting in the front row, the cameras rolling, the whole moment, made it feel impossible to say no out loud. So he said yes, and then lived with it for 3 months before walking away. That does not make leaving the way he did okay. Walking out while she is at work, with no warning, is not a mature way to handle a marriage that is not working. But it does explain why someone who seemed so in love at the altar fell apart so quickly afterward. And here is my real controversial take that I think a lot of people are going to disagree with. The Love is Blind format needs to take the step-parent question more seriously before casting decisions are made. Not just as an interesting storyline, but as a real compatibility filter. Because when a child is involved, the emotional stakes do not just affect the couple. They affect a kid who had absolutely no say in any of this. And we saw that this season in a way that genuinely hurt to watch. All right, drop your opinion below. Do you think Jordan had doubts he should have spoken up about before the wedding? Or do you think there is more to this story that we have not heard yet? I want to know where you stand, because I feel like this one is going to split the comments completely. Okay, let me wrap this up before you run to your group chat with all of this. Amber and Jordan said "I do" in front of her daughter. The marriage allegedly lasted 3 months, and the March 11th reunion is set to be the first divorce announcement in American Love is Blind history. Christine and Vic are going strong. Bree and Connor secretly got married after breaking up on the show. And Devontae may be walking into that reunion with a whole baby situation nobody was prepared for. This is not a regular reunion. This is an event. And here's what I want you to sit with before March 11th. If the rumors about Jordan feeling pressured at the altar are true, go back and rewatch that finale with that context in mind, because it hits completely differently. And then come back here after the reunion drops, because I am doing a full breakdown reaction the same night it goes live. Same night. You do not want to miss that one. If this video gave you everything you needed before the reunion, a like would mean a lot. It genuinely helps more people find this content. Subscribe if you are new, because the reunion reaction drops the night of March 11th, and you want to be the first to see it. Ohio Pod Squad, March 11th. We are ready.